Today we're talking about whether your pet will go to heaven. Well, not you individually, not your individual pet, but in general. Pets, do they go to heaven? Let's pour some coffee on that. Hey guys, you're watching Coffee Talk, where we drink coffee and talk about Jesus. Today, particularly about whether your pets go to heaven. I mean, it's a controversial issue, controversial statement. Some of you are mad already before you even know what I say. So the answer is yes. Okay, moving on. Our next topic. No, I'm joking. I got to clarify. First, if we go to heaven, why do we go to heaven? First, we're going to start with us. And it's because we have immortal souls. That when we die, when our bodies stop working and our soul separates from our body, our soul is immortal. That means it goes on forever. It doesn't die with our bodies because we have reason and will, and we're made in the image and likeness of God. Now, animals, much to people's surprise, do have souls, but they don't have human souls. They don't have free will and knowledge or intellect, and they don't have immortal souls. The word animal comes from the Latin word for soul, anima. So yes, animals do have souls because they have a life principle holding them together. They are alive, and so that means they have a soul. Humans and animals are different, right? They are alive. They share a certain type of dignity. We should respect animals. We should respect creation, as Genesis tells us and as the church teaches. But they have a different dignity. And so animals and humans are different. That's why you can euthanize animals and you can't euthanize people. There is something different, and that difference is the type of soul they have and the dignity they have. Secondly, what is heaven? Right? You want your pet to be there, you want to go there, but we got to know what it is. What are we going for? What are we shooting for? So heaven is merely the eternal worship of God in the eternal moment. What do I mean by eternal moment? I mean that heaven isn't a string of really fun things you like to do here on earth over and over or one after another for a long, long time. No, that's not heaven. In fact, that would be boring. Think of the movie Groundhog's Day, right? You know Groundhog's Day. The guy wakes up and it's Groundhog's Day, and every day he wakes up, he lives the same day, he goes to sleep, and when he wakes up, it's the same day again. And at first, he's kind of pumped about it, you know? He's like, I get to know where everyone's going to be. I can do fun things, and there's no repercussions. But after a while, what happens? He gets bored. He realizes, wait, eternity in time, like forever in time, would eventually get boring and sad no matter how much fun you could have. So heaven isn't a bunch of string together fun things you can do. Like you're not playing golf for thousands and millions of years. And so heaven is an eternal moment. It's outside of time, and it's completely devoted to worshiping God. But number three, heaven is physical. We're not just floating spirits. We will have a resurrection of the body. There will be a new creation. So while it's outside of time, there's some mysterious way in which it is physical, and there will be things. Our bodies, glorified, in fact, and creation will be recreated. The church teaches there'll be a new heaven and a new earth, which means there's very likely going to be animals. Which brings us to our final point, the answer to the question we posed at the beginning. Is your individual pet going to be in heaven? And the answer is, I don't know. It might seem like a cop-out. You might be like, Father Brad, you said you were going to answer this question. Well, things about heaven and eternity, I really don't know a lot about the particulars. None of us do. We haven't been there. We haven't seen it. What I do know is if your pet is there, it's not because it has an immortal soul, and it's not because it's the same as a human being. It's because God recreated that animal for your happiness for all eternity. But we have to ask ourselves a question, and you have to ask yourself the question. Are you making an idol of good things here on earth and letting them replace God? Would you be okay for all eternity with just God? And if the answer is no, then there's a problem. There's some fantastic things in this world pets being one of them, animals, even our friends, our jobs, our vocations. These are not bad things, and some of them are really, really, really good, but they're not God. And so we have to guard against idolizing things, even our pets, and placing them in front of God, making them false gods, and ultimately saying to ourselves, we won't be happy with just God. I'm going to end this video with a quote from Scripture. It's been a while since I did that. This is Luke chapter 14, verses 25 and on. And it might seem weird that I'm using this for this topic, but you'll see what I mean. Jesus says to his disciples, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life and his dog." That's not in there. I just added it. But he's listing things that are really good. Right? Your mom, your dad, your life. These are good. But Jesus is being intense. He's saying, you can't be my disciple unless those things are second. That includes our beautiful, wonderful animals that God gave us. Is God number one? You answer that question. He'll work out the rest.